Hello. Um, a little update. I had my surgery today. Um, Last year, the end of the year, I randomly had a tooth decide to vacate my body. And then it was like a whole big thing because, like a lot of people with avoidant personality disorder, especially haircuts and going to the dentist, not a big thing. And I don't really have problems with my teeth, except I'm old, and I really took it personally. Like, oh, I should have done this, and I should have done that, and I should have done the other. And then I was reading something about it that really did put me in a better place, which was, people were um, evolutionarily. Let's see if I can talk. People only lived until they were like 32, 34 years old. And so you see all these old skeletons, they all have their teeth in, unless they've been, had some sort of trauma. It's because they died young. And people aren't, like, you haven't caught up yet. Our teeth are not strong enough to live that long, and there's really not that much you can do about it. Don't take it personally if your teeth start failing. Well, my tooth failed, and um, the doctor said that I should have the hole in my face. I should get an implant um, because my other teeth would move. And sure enough, this is true. It's like visibly moved. When I saw the x-rays, I could even see that the teeth in the back had started to pull forward. It was a horrible, disgusting, awful, vile, nasty surgery, and I got through it just fine. Um, it's not even really that painful, and I know that sounds mad. The worst thing isn't even the Novocaine, it's the pressure in the roof of your mouth when you get a shot. Sorry if that's too explicit, but I didn't have any problem. I mean, I'm barely swollen. It's like here where I had my implant in. Um, I was freaking out. I thought I was okay. I mean, part of it is because of when I work at night. I stay up ridiculous hours. I'm like a vampire. People ask me, why do I look so young? Because I'm never in the sun. So I usually go to bed somewhere like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I had my surgery at 8 in the morning, so I basically did an all-nighter, because it would, in my mind, well, one, I was nervous about it, and two, if I went to sleep and slept through the surgery, would be really bad. So I was like freaking out even before I had it. And I kept freaking out more and more and more because it's awful. There are some parts of the surgery, they open you up. It's not a lot of opening up. I was awake for it. So, there are some physical attributes to the surgery that are unavoidable. I did not have to have the cadaver dust. That is not the technical term. That's what it is. It's bone graft. They take donated bone, which they get from people who've donated their organs, grind it up, freeze dry it, pack it in there. So gross. I did not have to have that. Also saved me a whole bunch of money. A good amount of money. Not like that much, but that was also a bonus. But I'm fine. This lighting is weird. I'm slightly swollen. Also, in case you ever have to go through this, rather than actually icing it or using a pack of peas or whatever, I have discovered that if you take a chilled avocado that's been in the fridge, put it against your face, then it actually works better than an ice pack because it's not so cold that it's painful. But anyway, I'm blathering on. I had a massive adrenaline rush because I mean, you're letting somebody like rip you open basically in a very small way, but you know, again, there were things I didn't want to experience that I had to experience during this. Because you're on your back, they open you up, and it's just not good. But I got through it fine. I'm talking fine. Was it traumatic? Yes. Was it that big a deal? No. I'm not glad in any way, shape, or form that I went through that. And it's not done because they put it in and then it's got to heal in place. And it's got to grow. The bone has to grow around the implant. So they said about 2 months they'll be able to tell if it takes. So I'll still have to keep going back. But I did it. And that's, I think, the thing. I mean, I don't know. There's some people that were actually paying attention to what is going on and how I'm getting through it. How I got through it fine. Absolutely fine. And the surgery was fine. Just the idea of it it's just, it skews me. It's disgusting. I mean, it's like people with the idea of like bugs crawling on them or something. The idea that I let somebody rip my body apart like that. I mean, yes, I'm being dramatic. It was actually really interesting. They even said themselves they could tell when I sort of definitely relaxed. It was like they were like, yeah, we could tell when I stopped thinking that I was going to die. And then I just like literally just relaxed. So I was dramatic there too. It was very, very, very nerve-wracking. I got done. So there we go. There's the update. Got through that. Don't really know what's happening next. Well, I do actually. I'm taking a little mini trip the end of June. Finally, it's been like literally over 6 months since I took a trip, which is insane. And I'm really, considering how much I travel, I'm reluctant to get on a plane lately because I've just seen so many people having major problems with, plane delays and everything else. It's not worth it. Anyway, this is done. There's the update. This is done. I have another book review to put up. Actually, my son told me today, because I went to sort of exist with him for a minute after I had this surgery. He's like, Mom, I really love listening to you talk about books. I was like, oh, okay. Weird. I don't know. If you love listening to me talk about books, I have another one to actually do. I finished another book. Don't know how I'm going to get through 52 this year. I mean, it's possible. And I did a while back, like a couple weeks ago, had another request. If I have a request, will you talk about this topic? I mean, usually if I'm thinking about something that I'm putting up as really avoidant personality disorder oriented, I actually think about it for a while before I make the video to make sure that I'm not just saying something off the cuff and I'm not actually, I've thought about it good. So there is a request. I saw it and I'm pondering it. And when I sort of have a absolute definitive, yes, this is really what I think, and I'm not going back and forth anymore, I will put out the video. I did not forget about it. It's just, Gotta think about it. Um, anyway, that's the update.